I thought I'd do a video on the difference between cheap and thrifty. Two very different things. Being cheap can actually cost you money in the end. But let's do a quick definition of cheap. What I found online in a informal sense. Some similes to cheap include miserly, close-fisted, parsimonious, penny-pinching, cheese-paring, ungenerous, penurious, illiberal, close, grasping, greedy, avaricious, acquisitive, Scrooge-like, mean, miserable, tight-fisted, stingy, tight, mingy, mundy, grubbing, grabby, hungry, near, and tight-assed. So, yeah, so being cheap tends to have pretty negative connotations, and but being thrifty really is not the same. So the definition of thrifty is using money and other resources carefully and not wastefully. So yeah, that's being thrifty. Being cheap, I've got the perfect example. I traveled with a fellow once years ago to several antique shows, and so I was on the road with him for a few weeks, and sharing gas money and such, and yeah, he was cheap. He ran a van, a camper van that ran a V8, and as a result, he traveled at a slower speed on the highway at 85 kilometers an hour instead of traveling at the full 100. So as a result, we'd end up late to destinations or having to leave earlier to destinations and staying on the road at least a night extra. So the hotel cost tended to be more than what the fuel saved was. So that's kind of being rather cheap. But he also did things like saved hotel cups, the pre-wrapped hotel cups. Now, we're all guilty, or a lot of us are guilty of saving such things, but he had stacks of them. Not just a small stack, I'm talking stacks of them. Like piles of them from different hotels or motels. And he also had bags of condiments from fast food restaurants, the little ketchup packets and salt packets and stir sticks and all that. And he had bags of ketchup and bags of salt. And I'm not talking a little bag, I'm talking big bags of this stuff. So just being a little cheap. Hey, I've got some in my fridge right now as spares in case I run out of ketchup or something, or I don't use a lot of salt, so there's a couple salt packets there. But I generally don't have bags of this stuff. But yeah, so just kind of overboard on the saving that sort of stuff. And he was cheap. He would buy the cheapest cola there is, or soda there is. I'm talking, spending 97 cents on a 2-liter instead of 99 cents because it's 2 cents cheaper, but you're pretty much drinking Kool-Aid that's been carbonated. So, yeah, kind of nasty stuff. Food that was pretty much at expiry or expired, such as meats and that sort of thing. Now, I know that some meats, when cured for long periods of time to the point of not rotting, but getting off a little bit, if they're cooked properly, can be very delicious and such. But that's not the sort of stuff he was buying for that purpose. I'm talking sausage and that sort of stuff. Yeah, pretty nasty. So, yeah, traveling under such circumstances is kind of stressful as well. Yeah. So anyway, that's the difference between being cheap and thrifty. Thrifty is saving some money shopping at a thrift shop, getting a good quality piece of clothing for $5 compared to the new $45 price at a retail outlet. Maybe, say doing some couponing and that sort of stuff. Saving some money on things and actually saving money, not cheaping out on the money. But anyway, if you've had encounters with cheap people compared to thrifty people, leave me a comment below and let me know your story on what cheapskates you've run across. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe and check out our other videos on antiquing, picking, thrifting, scrapping, etc.